What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Sunday. It is May 14th. And we are back with another stat-filled video for you. If this is the first time you've been here, welcome. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you find this at all helpful. What we do here is we break down all the games. So we're going to go look through the games that are on the slate. Then we're going to look at the bats that we like in those games. So I've had a bunch of questions. How do you look for BVP? How do you look to stack against a team? So on and so forth. So I'm going to do some videos on that as well. But big shout out to everyone who checked out yesterday's video. Everyone who subscribed. Love seeing the new people, the new names. Love seeing new customer name instead of just like a normal transaction. So it's been awesome. We've had a ton of subscribers on YouTube. We're trying to hit that 10,000 mark on YouTube and Twitter by the All-Star break, which I think we can do. So if you find this at all helpful, hit that like button on this video. If this video gets 50 likes, we will pull one random comment to win a free month. Another way to do it, hit that like button and be a subscriber and tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning they're going to hit it in. Also, anyone who signs up on the website for the $10 a month MLB DFS package through the month of May, one lucky person will win the entire MLB season, which will include up about 2 months of the NFL season. So definitely check that out. So yeah, big shout out to everybody. If you have questions, get them down below. If you're looking for something else, so if you've got other ideas of what you would like to see in these videos, let us know. Or if they're perfect, if I've had a lot of people comment and message us on Twitter at advisors_team that doing big things, very enjoyable videos, a lot of insightful help also on the video. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So this game's not on in the slate. So this is that early, Sunday Amazon Prime or Peacock, one of the other streaming services. This game won't be on the slate. This game is a continuation of Saturday's game, which was suspended. So neither of these pitchers are I doubt they're obviously going to go. This won't be on the slate either. Unless what they do is they choose to complete it the Saturday slate when this game concludes. So that's something that I'm not 100% sure about yet, but I know it won't be on Sunday slate. So we're going to skip that as well. And we're going to start with this game. We're going to start with the Pirates at the Orioles. We got Mitch Keller versus Kyle Gibson. Keller, he's 20 plate appearances, a .368 batting average, hasn't struck out any of the Baltimore bats. On the flip side of that, Gibson has had success against the Pirates. 91 plate appearances, a 19.8 K percentage, and a .190 batting average. So what Baltimore bats have had success against Mitch Keller, you may ask? Well, let's find out. Santander's 1 for 3 with a double. Taron Vavra, 2 for 3. Cedric Mullins, 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. I mean, so the numbers are skewed a little bit here. That's why the numbers are up. So looking at this, honestly, I'm probably not going to have Mitch Keller. I probably will be looking at an Orioles stack or some players of some sort. So I'm always going to be looking at Adley, Cedric Mullins, Mountcastle's in there, Santander. It really just depends. Sunday is the day where if there are certain players, they will rest for teams. So it just really depends on waiting for these lineups to come out and seeing who's actually in there. And then I'm probably not going to be taking any of the Pirates bats, but we'll look at them just to see who's had success. Santana 6 for 37, 4 home runs, batting 162 though, so that could be a one-off if you want to do a home run challenge or you're using for like a GPP. Connor Joe has a home run. That's basically it. No other extra base hits on the team. Probably not. I will have some exposure to Kyle Gibson for GPP. Next game, had some really good games in this one. Past 2 games, the Yankees have come back and won the game. It was advised not to take pitching there, but to take bats. That's kind of what I feel like in this one. Zach Eflin against the Yankees, 38 plate appearances, .229 batting average, 13.2 K percentage. Clark Schmidt, 36 plate appearances, .229 batting average, 25 K percent. Here's the problem. People are going to look at Clark Schmidt's game logs, and they're going to see he had a really good game his last start. That was against Oakland. Tampa Bay's obviously better than Oakland. This is where I have trouble. I'm not going to have any exposure to either of these pitchers. I will have some exposure to the bats, though. So I think this could be a higher scoring game. It just might take a little bit into the game to get there. So the bats, I mean, Rizzo's been on fire lately, 3 for 16 with a double. DJ's been on fire, 2 for 7. Glaber, when he plays, I mean, he's 0 for 5, but he's been up there. Hicks is hurt. Higashioka's probably not going to start. He started yesterday. It's probably going to be Trevino. So I don't mind Rizzo. Judge had 2 home runs yesterday. Wouldn't be surprising if, for whatever reason, Boone sits Judge because he hit 2 home runs yesterday. We're looking at that. We've got to see. I think Jake Bauers is probably going to be in this lineup, a lefty versus righty there. Volpe getting on, stealing bases, getting those DFS points for us. So I don't mind a Rizzo, LeMahieu, Volpe. If Judge is in there, if Bauers is in there, if Bader's in there, some sort of Yankee stack. On the flip side of that, Tampa Bay stack against Clark Schmidt, I absolutely am okay with. Taylor Walls 1 for 4 with a double. Mejia 1 for 4. Harold Ramirez 1 for 5 with a double. Paredes is 1 for 2 with a home run. Don't know if he'll start. Arozarena, I know he's 0 for 6, but he's been on fire lately, and he's top 5 MVP candidate as of the beginning of last week. So we got to take that, and we got to build with that. So I won't have either exposure to these pitchers. I will be looking at the offenses in this one. And then the Braves of the Blue Jays is next. You got Colin McHugh versus Yusei Kikuchi. McHugh, 57 plate appearances, 182 batting average, almost a 30% strikeout rate. And then Kikuchi, 40 plate appearances, a 167 batting average, a 20% K. So looking at this, I honestly kind of like both of these pitchers. I think both are GPP because I just don't trust them in cash enough to build around. But we can look at the bats against them. If you aren't taking these pitchers, you can look at Kevin Kiermaier's 2 for 13 with a double and a triple, but he's batting 154. Matt Chapman, who started off really, really hot, kind of coming down to earth a little bit more. 2 for 12, a double and a home run. So both hits off McHugh have been extra base hits. Brandon Belt, 1 for 4. George Springer, 0 for 4. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5 with a double. Whit Merrifield, 2 for 3 with a triple, but he's got to be in that lineup, so we got to check that out. So just kind of some of the bats if you're not looking at the pitcher. And then Kikuchi, the Braves bats against him, who's had success against him. Yeah. Matt Olson, 5 for 20, a double and 2 home runs. But everyone else really obviously hasn't seen him much. But I don't mind Matt Olson, even though it's a lefty on lefty. I don't mind that at all. And then we could look at, it just depends, Acuna out there, any of the righties in that lineup when it comes out. Probably won't have either of these. I'll throw them in, if I'm making multiple lineups, I'll throw them in GBP, but I won't have them in cash, obviously. Mariners at the Tigers is next. Logan Gilbert versus Joey Wentz. Gilbert, 19 plate appearances, 176 batting average, 26.3. I will take a flyer on Logan Gilbert today. I won't be looking at Detroit bats. Just depending on who's out there for the Mariners, bats-wise. We'll kind of wait for the batter trends on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. What the batter trends are, part of the premium content for $10 a month. But what they are is on Fanduel and DraftKings, their last 50, 100, and 150 plate appearances against the same handedness pitcher. So it's got all the batters on the slate or for the day against. So it would be all the Mariners batters, all of their last 50, 100, and 150 plate appearances against a left-handed pitcher and how they fared. A lot of information there. You can sort it, you can filter it, you can do whatever you want with it. Hopefully it's very good information, which I have been told people are liking it. So we're always looking to improve what's on the website. So if you are a subscriber or you're going to be a new subscriber, let me know what you guys would like to see. We've got our cheat sheet, we've got stacks, we've got the batters, the batting trends, we have the over-under, we have the MLB odds, we have the ballpark rankings as well. So if there are other things you are looking for, let us know so we can add that to the site. Next up, the Reds at the Marlins. You got Luke Weaver versus Braxton Garrett. Weaver, 19 plate appearances, 375 batting average, only 10.5 K percentage. And then Garrett, 24 plate appearances, 222 batting average, but 33.3K percentage. So I will take some exposure here. I know Jesus Sanchez? Whoever for the Marlins. Let's see for the Marlins. Let's see. Of course, he's not on there. I know Jazz left hurt yesterday, and so did Jesus Sanchez? One of the other Marlins players. Let's check it out real quick. They left hurt, so we might see some players that might not start all the time getting exposure. Luis Ariz, I mean, he's batting a ridiculous amount. He's always there for one or two bases. So if you are sports betting, you're doing like the over-unders and stuff like that, Ariz is normally someone up there. Yeah, Jesus Sanchez left hurt, didn't even get a bat. Ariz got a hit. Ariz is batting .379 right now. So he's always on base, it seems. And Ariz had 2 bases. So I don't mind Ariz here. Garrett Hampson, 3 for 8 with 2 doubles. Probably won't have any Luke Weaver. And then we'll look at Braxton Garrett. I mean, he has a plus matchup. It's because it's Cincinnati. But at the same time, it's like, you don't know what you're going to get out of him. Will Myers, 1 for 3, nothing. Jonathan India, 1 for 6. Nick Senzel, 1 for 2 with a double. Kirk Casale, 1 for 1. That's it. I'll have some exposure to I probably won't have any exposure to Weaver. I will look at Braxton Garrett for GPP just because it isn't in Cincinnati. If it was in Cincinnati, I would avoid both of these pitchers. But I'll take Braxton Garrett and the Marlins at home. Cubs at the Twins is next. Marcus Stroman versus Louis Farland. Stroman, 60 plate appearances, giving up a .333 batting average. Varland's never faced them before. The Twins just had their way with the Cubs on Saturday. I kind of like Varland here for GPP. And then I'm probably avoiding Stroman here, but I will look at the bats against him. Like Christian Vasquez, 8 for 21, 2 doubles, 381. Kyle Farmer, 2 for 11 with a triple and a home run. Joey Gallo, 3 for 6 with a double and a home run. Gallo's strictly GPP only play. He's never a cash play in the history of ever. Carlos Correa, 3 for 8. Yeah, I will have some exposure to the Twins. Probably won't have any Stroman, and I don't think I'll have any Cubs bats in this one. Astros at the White Sox is next. You got Hunter Brown versus Lucas Giolito. Brown never faced anyone before on this team. Houston's struggling right now. They're waiting to get Altuve back, probably back this week. Probably won't be in this game, though. On the flip side of that, Lucas Giolito, 88 plate appearances, .221 batting average, 22.7K percentage. Any batters for Astros that have had success? Bregman's 5 for 20 with 2 doubles and a home run. Kyle Tucker's 4 for 16 with a double. Maldonado 1 for 11 with a double. Jeremy Pena 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. So there's some there, but not like a huge exposure. I probably have exposure to both of these pitchers. Just the way the Astros have been playing this year so far, probably something exposure here. Maybe not the bats, though. Next game on the slate, Royals at the Brewers. You got Jordan Lyles versus Colin Ray. Lyles, 35 plate appearances, .333 batting average, 11.4K percentage. Colin Ray, 4 plate appearances, 0 batting average. So not much to like here. Probably avoiding this game altogether. If there are any Brewers bats that jump out at me, Yelich 1 for 11 with the double. We did use him as one of our sports bets yesterday. Was Christian Yelich over 1.5 bases. Then he had a home run, so we hit that pretty early in the game. Jesse Winker's 3 for 8 with a double. Luke Voigt's 1 for 3. Mike Brosseau is 2 for 2 with a double and a home run. So you could find some play. I don't mind like a Yelich, Winker, Brosseau. It just really depends on who's going to be out there. Brosseau, kind of mini stack there for a 4-3 stack. So maybe a little bit, but I won't have any exposure to Lyles. Maybe a little bit of exposure to Ray, but that's just because Kansas City's bad, and the problem is I wish it were in Kansas City, but I'm probably avoiding this game altogether. This game here is going to be expensive bats. You've got Phillies at the Rockies. You got Aaron Nola versus Kyle Freeland. Nola, 109 plate appearances, .290 batting average, pretty high, 24.8K percentage. And then Freeland, 114 plate appearances, .210 batting average, 24.6K percentage. I want to say I want to take Nola just because I think he'll be very underowned. I'll take some Nola in GPP, but I will have stacks of the other teams. So Rockies bats that have had success. I believe Charlie Blackmon has the most amount of hits on the slate at 9 for 23, three doubles, 2 home runs. So he's had a ton of success, 391 batting average. Chris Bryant's 5 for 16 with a double and a home run, batting 313. Ryan McMahon 3 for 12 with a double, 2 home runs. Profar 2 for 10 with a double. CJ Cron 4 for 9 with a double. Moustakas 1 for 3 with a home run. Harold Castro 2 for 6 with a double. Alan Trejo 1 for 3 with a double as well. So really just depends. Don't know how much exposure I'll have to this game, but we'll look at it. As you know, the main slate on a Sunday is early, so definitely make sure all these games are in there. But I will be looking at probably avoiding the pitching and going with bats for there. And then the Phillies bats that have had success against Freeland. Trey Turner 6 for 30, a double, a triple, and 2 home runs. He's really started the season off slow. Hopefully he can turn it back around. Bryce Harper 5 for 20 with a home run, batting 250. Castellanos 4 for 11 with 3 home runs. Some great numbers there. Josh Harrison 3 for 11 with a double and a home. I'm surprised Josh Harrison's still playing. A double and a home run there. So I will probably have exposure to both of these teams. Probably not pitching, though, once you dig into the numbers a little bit. Rangers at the Athletic got Andrew Haney versus Drew Richinski. Haney, 40 plate appearances, 314 batting average, 25.0 K percentage. And then Richinski, he's only faced him twice. Nothing there. Probably we'll look at Haney. I know the numbers are not the best, but let's see if it's, skewed by a couple of bats. Laureano 3 for 11 with a double and 2 home runs, 273. Tony Kemp's not doing anything. Aguilar 3 for 4 with a home run. That's 750. 1 for 3 at 333. 1 for 2 here at 500. That's why the number is skewed. I will take some Andrew Haney in this one, especially in Oakland at this terrible, terrible stadium. And then it just really depends on the lineup that the Rangers come out with to see who's viable as bats here. Padres at the Dodgers. You got Ryan Weathers versus Tony Gonsolin. Weathers, 33 plate appearances, 0.042 ERA, 24.2 K percentage. And then Gonsolin, 71 plate appearances, 214 batting average, 25.4 K percentage. We saw the Dodgers. I think they've won 12 of 14 and 4 straight against the Padres as of Saturday night. So looking at this, Mookie Betts hasn't had a hit. Muncy's 1 for 5. I mean, that's it. That's not bad. 1 hit and 24 plate appearances. Will he do that again? Probably not. But I'll have some exposure to Weathers just because everyone's going to be on the Dodgers, and if you can get a little bit up on the field there with having Weathers, I don't mind that at all. So I will look at a little bit of Weathers here, but I won't be surprised if the Dodgers go off. And then the Padres bats that have had success against Gonsolin in 71 plate appearances. Cronenworth 1 for 11, not much going on. Machado 3 for 11 with a double. I think he went 0 for 4 on Saturday. Trent Grisham 5 for 11 with a home run. Kim 1 for 7 with a home run. Tatis 1 for 8 with a home run. Soto 3 for 7 with a double and a triple. Soto had a home run as well. So I will have a little San Diego stack as well. I'll have a little bit of Weathers here for GPP. I won't have them in cash, and then I will try and stack probably both of these teams. Then you got the Giants at the Diamondbacks. Logan Webb versus Brandon Pfaadt. Webb, 56 plate appearance, 216 batting average. I'll have some exposure to him GPP-wise, but Arizona's been pretty good. They've been hitting around. A lot of the bats have been contributing as well. So I won't be looking at Logan Webb for cash. I will look at GPP. I wish this game were in San Francisco, but I'll take what I can get here. Then you got Scherzer versus Irvin. Mets at the National. Scherzer's looked terrible this season. I think he's got 5+ ERA. I don't know if this game will be on there just because the game from Saturday has to be played first, and depending on when that is, it might push this game. I will have some exposure to Scherzer and GPP, but his numbers are just way too high to trust him in cash right now anyway. And then talk about a terrible Sunday night baseball game. You got Miles Mikolas versus Corey Kluber. You got the Cardinals have really turned it around. Yeah, I won't have any exposure to Mikolas. I won't have any exposure to Kluber. I will be looking at Cardinals bats, though. Probably look at both of these bats. I know the numbers: 31 plate appearances, 42 K percentage, 167 batting average, but still, Goldie 2 for 9. He had a stolen base yesterday. He's been stealing some bases. Wilson Contreras was the starting catcher. Then they were only going to DH him. Then they were going to DH him playing the outfield. He was never going to be the catcher again 7 days ago, and now he's the catcher again. So who knows what's going on. There's a lot of turmoil going on in St. Louis. But yeah, very confused on what's going on there. Arenado 0 for 3, Nolan Gorman 1 for 3. I wouldn't be surprised if Kluber gets hit around, but this is Sunday Night Baseball, so you're going to have to only – I doubt there's an all-day slate, and if there isn't, then you're going to be playing a solo game here or a single game. So kind of look at those bats and play around with that. Unless you're playing season long, obviously your players will come in handy there as well. So there you go, guys. There is the entire breakdown of the pitching and the bats we like. If you want to see more, we have BVP on the website. We have stolen bases on the website. We have our batter trends on the website. We have the ballpark rankings. We have the MLB odds as well, all over there at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So good luck on this slate, guys. Let's try to get this to 50 likes so one lucky commenter can get a free month of MLB DFS content. Good luck, and as always, bring home that bacon. Peace.